Not matted down. This one was put on dry, I think. No, it is matted down. But this got dug over by the chickens. I'm not making excuses. How are we going, folks? Happy Father's Day to everybody out there. All the fathers, grandfathers, great-great-grandfathers, and everybody else. Well, we're doing this the day before, folks, and it's still blowing a gale out here. And I've been away from the garden for a number of days and getting very little time to be able to come out here and do anything. But anyway, we've come out to have a look at, well, first the wind gusts that we've got flying through here, because the damage it's causing is just ridiculous. We've lost our mulch here because this actually got dug over a while back by the chickens. You know, they jump in here and they scratch around. So it broke up the interlocking that I created with it. You can see this part here is still there, holding it together, but there it got broken up and the wind's come along and blown it away. And look what it's done to the soil on the surface there. It's been exposed for about a day or 2 days now. We've had wind for the last 3-4 days. Look, it's slowly going down. It shouldn't take that long, because this soil's good, but because it's exposed to the wind, the elements of sun and wind, and as it dries out, it crusts over the surface, causing it to die off, meaning the microbes in the soil. So I've got to try and remulch this now. Folks, if you got wind, I don't know if you got, well, not you personally, but if you got wind blowing in your garden, like I have here, it blows everything around. Let's go and look at the other ones. I hope you haven't got the same wind that I have. Look at this, beautiful raised garden bed. We planted it out. We've got some rocket, lettuce there, spinach, some onions growing in here. But have a look at see how this is sitting over. Now that's because of the wind. And it doesn't have to be high winds to do things like that. Sometimes our plants can get top heavy, and I let this go because I want my little bees to come out. They came out a few days ago. So I'm not harvesting from this one, but it's blown it over, sitting on top of the onions on the other side. You don't want that happening because you're not getting any sun in here, and all the green stuff here starts to decompose. Now, oh God, here we go. I'm going to get blown away here now. When that starts to decompose, it's okay, but it becomes anaerobic if there's not enough, ironically, enough wind. It's not going to be a problem here, by the way. If you can't see the wind, have a look at the trees in the background. Not those ones, it's coming from that direction. This one's holding up pretty well actually by comparison, and I think it's not getting as much, maybe it's getting the same wind, but anyway, the problem here is that we have got wind, and it's not only just about the plants falling over, folks, with the high winds. Yes, stake them up, put some string line there, control them, because you don't want to unstable the root system. But more importantly, check your mulch on top. I've actually watered around here, and I had a look here, thinking that I gave it a good deep watering, and in fact I didn't. And I've tried to rehydrate the mulch because it's important that you keep the mulch hydrated. If it dries out a little bit on the surface, on the top that is, that's okay, but you don't want it to dehydrate all the way through to the point where it's touching the soil. When that happens, you've got dehydrated mulch. It's just going to take a lot longer to hydrate. Just come over here and have a look at this here. This is the side that I thought I watered really well, and in fact, if I can give you some light there, it's dry on the surface. If I go down deep, a little bit deeper, there's moisture there, which is fantastic. That's what we want. We want that moisture there. Now this is on the west side, I suppose, yeah, the afternoon side, and that's where the brunt of the wind, cops the brunt of the wind basically. So we've tried to hydrate this section, but again, in here, this is exactly where the join is with the timber. And you can see the wind's getting through here and it's completely dried out on the surface of the soil. But if I go down deep underneath past the crack, we've got some moisture. No, there is. And we've got our good compost going in there as well. But I've got to hydrate this again. So I didn't do a good job. Make sure you go over it 2 or 3 times, and I have mentioned that in the past. But look, at the end of the day, if you can put a good quality irrigation system where you're going to get the overhead sprinklers working, and some drippers if you can as well, combine the two together, you should get a good result in maintaining it. But the way I'm setting myself up, it's pretty much called set up for disaster, because I've just got too much happening. Just before I say goodbye, where's my mulch? The only thing we've got left are the beans themselves, the broad beans, folks. That's what's happened. But this is nice and moist still because it's got a lot of cocoa in it. Anyway, happy Father's Day to everybody. Having a wonderful day. Hopefully the weather's good for wherever you are to celebrate with your family and friends. Stay warm, stay dry. And if you're bored outside, go inside and check out our website, vasilisgarden.com. Happy Father's Day special running till midnight. Great specials across the board. Take advantage of all the discounts. From me, Vasily, Maresi, and tune into 3AW. If you've just watched this as we've uploaded, tune into 3AW, 693 AM dial, Weekend Gardening with Darren, James and me. Bye.